Hey guys, what up? It's October 24th, and let's go over this week's action on the market. It's Halloween week, but it's also the first big week of earnings for the market. So we're going to go over that. But before we do, please drop me a like button. Please, I appreciate it very much. I'll make sure that nobody spooks you on Halloween. Also, the Stock Gladiators Discord is available for you to join. I'm pinning the comment to this video for the link, so you can click on the link and join us on the Discord, all right? Now, let's get to it. All right, so here we got the earnings calendar for this coming week, brought to you by Earnings Whispers. This is a source in which you can see what's coming up. You can type in your stock on the website and see what people are saying, what people are thinking about their earnings. If you want to kind of make a short kind of bet on whether your stock is going to do well or not after earnings, I don't recommend that, but it's a good source for you to know when a company is reporting. Okay, so let's start with Monday. Before the open, there's really nothing interesting here other than maybe Otis Elevator. Okay, so Otis Elevator has done very well recently, surprisingly well. Maybe because there was a construction boom, in the first part of this year. So they should, I guess, be reporting good numbers. I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on with Otis Elevator, but it's interesting to see, okay? And then after the close Monday, we, of course, have Facebook, which has been the biggest elephant in everybody's room in the last week or so, okay? We have, of course, Snap, Twitter, Facebook, all suffering because of this, all the drama going on. But most of all, on top of the drama with teenage girls and with the way that they target kids, is the iOS 15 upgrade from Apple. This iOS 15 upgrade, I think, has been greatly underestimated on its capacity to destroy the revenue growth of these social media giants. So when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to Instagram, when it comes to Twitter, Snapchat, I think that they're going to be very, very much hurting from this upgrade when it comes to revenue growth. They're not going to be able to show the same amount of revenue growth, which is the reason that we cleared our position in Facebook. We no longer believe that we can double our position, so we closed it and we allocated our money where we know we can double or triple our money. And unfortunately, I don't think Facebook is the place to do it. I think that the stock can go up to 400 even, or 380, whatever you want to call it. But still, we're not doubling our money. We're not looking for 50% gains, 60% gains. We're looking for 100, 200, 300% to make on a stock. Okay, now PCA, not interested in that. Logitech, of course, the main competitor to Corsair. Okay, Logitech and Corsair, their main difference is that Logitech has a big arm for business and for kind of office computing and your kind of very generic computer kind of peripherals. Corsair is more specialized into gaming and streaming, and you're going to have much better gear, a higher standard of gear that looks nicer and performs a lot better. I can promise you that this camera that I'm looking at right now, the Elgato Face Cam, is probably 1,000 times better than your standard Logitech $30, $40 camera. Okay, so very interested to see what they have to say here specifically about supply shortages and supply chains. Other than that, I hope they burn. Okay, they crash and burn with Logitech. Okay, so moving on. Nothing here that I'm interested in on after the close Monday. And Tuesday, we have UPS, which we're always interested in UPS. I always have an eye on UPS, so we're able to enter with a good cost basis. I love this business. I love the new CEO that started this year, Carol Tomei, which used to be the CEO of Home Depot, and she took that company to all-time highs. Excellent, legendary CEO. Definitely keeping an eye on UPS for maybe under a $170, $160 price target to kind of start a position. Right now, it's a $200 stock. Not interested in that at the moment. Okay, now General Electric, 3M, not interested in. Lockheed Martin is a good defense exposure, in my opinion, but we already have defense exposure through Palantir. JetBlue, not interested in any airlines at this moment. Raytheon, same thing as Lockheed Martin. You have airline exposure and defense exposure. Not interested in any of that right now. Raytheon probably has the better valuation, to be honest. would be interested to see if that valuation comes down. A good place to start a position where that would be. I'll probably do that in the next couple weeks just to see. Now, nothing interesting here for me, but of course, after the close Tuesday, we have AMD, Lisa Su, and see what she reports. Okay, the important thing here is going to be the acquisition of Xilinx, and maybe to see how much of the $4 billion share buybacks they've actually deployed. I'd be very interesting to see how much money they spend out of that $4 billion in share buybacks. Okay, now Microsoft is an example of a business that I love, but I hate the valuation, so not touching that. Same thing with Google, which is Alphabet here. Same thing, Google and Alphabet are the same thing. And not interested in Visa. And of course, Twitter falls into the same same guidelines as Snapchat and Facebook. Not interested in social media stocks. Those are no touch at the moment. Okay. Then other than that, Robinhood, I think is always interesting. It's fun to hate on, in my opinion. I don't like Robinhood. I think that it takes advantage of people, and payment for order flow is a big danger because they get most of their revenue from payment to order flow, and that might be regulated out of existence, which means Robinhood goes bankrupt. Okay. Now, Texas Instruments is a good one if you want semiconductor exposure, specifically semiconductors that are not high-level semiconductors. They're more of your lower-end semiconductors from anywhere from the $2 to $50 price range in the semiconductor chain. QuantumScape is one that a lot of people have been hurt on. This is kind of like a house of horrors for anybody who thought that these electric battery plays were smart. It ended up that they were not. Okay, Boyd Gaming, not interested in that one. Then we move on to Wednesday, which Boeing reports. We used to own Boeing, but Boeing has zero execution. That's the problem with Boeing. Management, employees, they do not know how to execute. It's sad, but that's just the case. Your money is better somewhere else. This company truly does not deserve your money as an investor. Okay, now GM, of course, interested in GM, but not at the current valuation. I think Ford has a better valuation than General Motors. I think Ford is superior to General Motors in the product and the product line that they have at the moment. General Motors just has the Hummer EV. Is that even out yet? Who knows? Ford at least has the Mustang Mach-E, which is awesome. Looks really cool. Okay, now moving on here. Not interested in here. Bristol Myers is a good one if you want to be a dividend investor. I think that it has a very safe dividend, and you could buy a stock and just hold it forever and just collect dividends. If you have like $100,000 just laying down and you throw it here, you're going to be making some good money every quarter. Okay. Now Spotify. I love the business, hate the valuation. That's one that's very hyped up, so that's a pass, and nothing else here is interesting for the week. Of course, we talked about Ford. We want to hear about the F-150 Lightning. That's what we're looking at, news as to when people, and these people that made reservations, 150,000 reservations of the F-150 Lightning, most of which were never customers of Ford, were never owners of a truck, kind of like myself. I'm very much looking forward to what they have to say when the order banks are going to be open for the F-150 Lightning. Okay, now Teladoc is very interesting. It's a very good name. It's a very good company, along with Livongo, which is part of Teladoc. Of course, this is where you can see your doctor on your phone or on a video screen and have an online consultation, real consultation with a doctor. They can prescribe you stuff, and just like a real doctor's visit, only you don't have to leave where you're at, your home, your vacation house, whatever it may be. This is a great business, okay? This is a great medical healthcare kind of name. If you're one of my portfolio clients, we own this one for the portfolio clients, and a couple of you guys in the Discord own Teladoc. Very smart. It has to be at the right valuation. We bought it for portfolio clients, and a couple of you guys on the Discord in the 120 range. Excellent buy, Teladoc. I'm going to be looking at that for myself, but the thing is I'm too stretched out, so I don't want to overstretch myself in the amount of stocks that I own, okay? Now, Twilio not interested in, and none of these here interesting to me. Then, of course, Thursday you have Shopify. Be careful with this one. Really good company. That's the main competitor to Amazon, but it has a lot of growth priced into that name, so be careful there, okay? Now, Caterpillar, that's a name that is going to be very much benefited from the infrastructure package, okay? If that passes, Caterpillar is going to be a huge beneficiary of that package, and it's going to see a big price gain, a big share appreciation gain. Okay, now not interested in anything else here. Well, actually, yeah, American Tower. That's a Cell Tower REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. I'm always interested in that one, and Crown Castle, CCI. If you can get into a Cell Tower REIT at the right price, it's always a good call because you can collect dividends and just kind of wait for the share appreciation to hit a new all-time high, and then you can do a quick trade. I've done that before. It's worked out really well. Okay, now Amazon and Apple. Let's start with Apple, of course. Apple is the big dog in everybody's portfolio. Okay, I don't own Apple. I have Skyworks Solutions. That's my exposure to Apple. I'm happy with it. Apple has a $2.5 trillion valuation. Not interested in buying any Apple at that valuation. I'm just not. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon has a lot of good news priced into it, and not interested there. Okay, not interested in this, but Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks is one that I got a lot of questions about. Great business, love the business, hate the valuation. Same thing with Dutch Bros. Love the business, hate the valuation. Too overvalued, too overhyped. Can't make money there, or can't make the money that we want to make, 100-200% gain. Okay, now moving on here, nothing that looks interested here, but then to exit on Friday, we have the oil names making some earnings calls, and they're going to be great. I can't lie to you guys. I think these are going to be some phenomenal numbers from Exxon and Chevron. They're going to be big beneficiaries. They're going to see their stocks jump up. Maybe a trade would be nice with them. Avi is one, just like Bristol Myers, that is a big dividend maker. This is one where you can park your money for 10 years and just make a killing off the money that you parked there. Not a lot of share appreciation, that's what I'm trying to say. Share appreciation from Avi, but a 5% dividend is very, very nice. And it beats inflation, which is hard to do nowadays. Okay, now that's it for the week. Nothing else that I'm interested in here on Friday. But at the end of the day, what we have to look at is the companies that are reporting, what they're saying, and understanding, listening to the conference calls, reading the earnings presentations from the investor relations sites. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hit me up on the messages here in the comments. DM me or hit me up at the Stock Gladiators Discord. Be happy to help you guys out anytime, okay? Peace out.